Yesterday, we dealt with what types of shapes?
Quadrilateral.
Well, yeah, but more specific.
Scaling triangles. Like right trapezoid.
So you can't on the 26th, but you will on the 9th?
Yeah, sweet. What? That's the plural of rhombus?
Yeah, rhombi.
Rhombi.
Yeah. Yeah, octopi.
And the pocket Yeah.
No.
Nothing.
No. So, yesterday, we dealt with parallelograms and kites. Today, you have some random rhombi sitting on your tables, and it doesn't really matter which one you grab, but it would benefit you guys to be working on different ones to make sure that what you conjecturize or what you hypothesize is actually true. Because if Levi says something about his rhombus, and that's not true about Chris's rhombus, then that probably can't be true for all rhombi. So the reason your group has different looking rhombi is for that reason exactly. What we're doing today is we're going to follow the processes listed out here, and I am very much trying to push myself to do less, talk less, be up here less, like let you guys explore and discover the learning on your own, and me step in and help when needed. So, if your groups can stay on task, and Thomas, I would probably ask that you just move forward and be with this group today. If your groups can keep on task, all I want us to do is process through this lesson, make sure that we know the rules of rhombi, and then we can work on practice. Cool? Satya, the code word is BF Goodrich. That's the tires I put on my car last night. And, of course, on like Monday, the week they're calling for ice and snow and everything, I take my car to get the oil change, and they're like, "Yeah, you need 4 new tires. $1,000, please." Oh, no. So then I shopped around and I talked to them.
Sounds like you're saying Christopher is your best friend.
Yeah. What do you mean? It sounds like.
Best friend. Rich.
Ha ha.
First they got caught.
Oh, I get it.
All right. So rhombus, PQRS. So actually, you guys don't need the random rhombi yet. You can essentially just kind of like trace out PQRS. I think the random rhombi, I forget if they get used on this problem or the next one. But the reason that you have them is to test out your conjectures.
Cheese. This is not cheating. This is using your source of I'm seeing a square.
We all good with the homework, so I can move something else up onto that screen.
Seriously, if I read this far into the thing, I would have understood a completely another question. Something about I messed up. Switched the meanings of depending. I got both of them wrong.
That is called
I missed 2.
No, we're drawing
I missed
ours.
2 that I know I missed.
So the first thing we're doing, sorry, I think I mixed up instructions a little bit. That's on me. First thing you're doing is essentially copying the one at the right and mark the side lengths equal. This is a rhombus, and then they tell you this.
Yeah.
They make one. Oh yeah, you're right. It's
Not complimentary.
no, I mean like in relation.
Oh yeah, what's it called? It's like no, what's it?
Adjacent.
No, what's it called? It's like
No, but then like not necessarily.
no, it's like thing. Here's the lines right here. Corresponding. Start with the C.
What?
Once you work through 23 and you have some conjectures, that's when you want to test them out. So just to recenter you so then I can just let you guys go for a while. Like I'm hoping I can just let you guys work for like 10 or 15 minutes. Once you get down to 24, here's those 4 different rhombuses. I would share what conjectures you have, and then any that immediately fall apart or anything else. But that's how 23 and 24 relate together. This is pretty standard straight up rhombus. Not straight up, it's not 90 degrees. But like a pretty simple one. Then we're going to compare with these. So are we good to roll for like 10 or 15 and just talk with your groups and everything? Cool. Well, just making sure we understand how it all ties together.
Yeah.
I do have Chromebooks reserved if you feel like you need to grab a computer and check it.
2 pairs of.
Or you can even Google on my machine if you decide you want to. Or you could look things up in your book.
Opposite angles or. I said 2 pairs of. Well, no, because it could be. Oh yeah. Pairs of. Not equal. Lord.
Adjacent.
No, I'm looking for
Yeah.
Parallelogram.
That will do.
Change your mind from
That
two
will
sets.
do.
Two sets of angles aren't congruent.
There's a lot of coffee. I think there's something. It's like.
Yeah, but it took me a while to save up all of these. I've been saving the cans since like the beginning of the school year. We normally my buddy Dave lives with us. Right, so there's 3 adults in a house. Every morning we brew an entire pot of coffee. I actually try to make like 13 cups. I try to like get some extra water in there. We go through about 1 of these a week. So really, it would only take us like a month and a half to generate 6 of these. And then on the weekends, sometimes friends come over for brunch, and that's like a 2nd or a 3rd pot of coffee. You can never have too much coffee, unless your heart explodes, and then maybe.
Now you chug 6 double shots of espresso in rapid succession.
No, I don't do espresso because my heart condition.
That's always.
You know what?
I don't do espresso.
Have you ever had coffee, Joe?
No.
I want coffee.
All right, can we recenter? I'd love to have a conversation about coffee jelly, whatever that is, but not right now.
That's just
After you finish your work.
Okay. Let's prove less test our conjectures.
Okay.
That's what I just said. Listening,
Cut it diagonally. To sausage.
maybe they're.
The one that I did yesterday from Parallel. Pretty sure it's Parallel.
Yeah, they should be. Alright. Theoretically. Let's get math. So if we divvy it out from one angle to the opposite angle, that gives us 2 congruent
We could make a conjecture for
Yes. Or conjunction.
sausage triangle. Sides or parallel. A parallelogram doesn't have parallel sides. That's not parallel. I need to get 2 parallels to make. Actually, this is a rhombus.
So what do we call that divided?
No,
Yeah.
Hunter, actually, it's a rhombus. It's not a parallelogram.
No. Yes. No.
It's not.
Yes, actually.
That could be mine.
Exactly
Transverse.
rhombus has parallel sides.
Hey.
Well, let's look at
We
the
just-
definition.
I think a rhombus is
of
a
a
parallelogram.
rhombus. It doesn't say they're parallel.
But we know it does because it
All right, you loser. You relate to science.
like science is actually interesting.
Okay.
Fine.
And then
Then
we
we
can
should do that.
extend the side.
So we put in
What?
PR.
And then we have parallel lines, and we can use transversal angle relationships and get, there we go. That's the stuff.
Okay, Warren, okay.
It's gonna work. It's just gonna,
We've got two nice lots of these triangles.
it's not a trinity.
I know, and then these are the same. And then these are all the
Side is
same.
efficient.
I don't know myself, so
Okay.
asking you will help me.
So when we extend, like, absolute.
I didn't think about sides outside. I was thinking about
We can do it like
Because
this
it doesn't
and
even
the like
work.
eight
Simply
angle
say
transition
that
tanks we have to do a ton of.
so.
And you guess so? I mean,
We are.
Yeah, so that means that this angle and
wait, no, guess what? We should get split in the middle. This is an angle bisect.
we all have different rhombuses, guys.
No, like we can split in the middle like this.
So if you're going to make a rule that works for all rhombuses, it should work for all 4 of those that you have.
We're just fighting over how to do it.
Okay,
So,
Right.
divide it into
They're random
4.
rhombi.
Yeah.
Let's write on this.
Ready?
Hmm?
Okay.
Those are just going to get recycled after
This
class.
one.
I want the special thing.
I'll take this one. I'll take this time. Ooh, it's square. That's
Wow.
so. If you would
I
want.
lost one. Was it 8? Oh.
Okay.
Alright, good talk. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, now that you know the opposite sides of the rhombus are parallel. See, that's what we
Oh.
Yeah, they're supposed to prove they're parallel.
Yep.
Whoa,
Wow.
What, guys? This is also like, can I
Hey,
say
Chris,
this
you're
is
there.
very
You got
different?
an easy one.
Yeah, I did. So, yeah, I gave that to you, Lauren.
I know.
Here's the Jacob's
Remember,
promise.
this has to be.
Whoa, so if these are also right angles, it makes 4 right triangles. So I don't know how to
Actually, no, Steven.
It's made up of 4 congruent right triangles.
So it has to be the same distance from each other.
They're not right.
Yes, they are.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
True. Lauren, that's cool.
Wait, where'd that pin go?
Or at least we think that the right triangles. I can't technically.
My little.
Right. Tug is 77 times.
Now wait.
What do you need to come back
You
up?
can't technically prove it. Can you push to figure out more information to
Tug 71.
actually prove it?
What if, like, the
We're
problem
going the same path.
Okay, wait. We split it and then we split it again, so we know that these are equal because these
Nice.
are
Alright, so
dividing
you've got
out.
some
And then we're
parallels.
the same distance from
Because
each other.
then since they're perpendicular, we can
So is that some rhombuses here?
know they're right
These are
triangles.
rhombuses. Oh, I'm sorry. That's
No,
a
these are all congruent. These are the
That's
same
a very high trade.
How do we know that they're
Rhombuses
perpendicular?
are the same value as
We went in 3 different directions. So,
Let me see the.
they're transversal.
Yeah, so
What are
these
we-
are. These are.
Which
What are we
means this
hypothesizing
angle
over here?
We're
and this angle
hypothesizing
have to be
for apples or with
These 2 angles.
Yeah.
Think we're off that.
No, they're parallel.
Parallel sides.
You didn't work.
Okay, so keep going then. What else do we know? So a parallelogram would just be one thing. Like if I draw
It's a midpoint,
the
we have to
diagonals,
be
if
equal.
I divide up that shape, if I look at the angles,
Is that
right,
it
like try to
there? There it is.
define as much as possible.
Because then we have
Opposite
angles.
angles are equal.
Like you saying that angle is equal to that angle, or just it was a double arc and they got cut?
It's what we did yesterday.
What's the double arc?
Bust out your
So you need to change all those angles notated then, right? Because they're different now. If that's equal to that,
I was just trying
okay.
to prove you
But
wrong.
otherwise-
I
You know
know.
what I mean?
I was just trying to see if there's some flaws so I could think, like, hot Lauren, you idiot.
Opposite angles are equal.
Okay. The area is 8 times 9.
So no, yeah, that's right. It's not about. It's about the size.
Screw you.
Oh, wait, screw me.
We're on 23.
3.
24.
No, we're on 24.
You didn't do that flush.
So let's prove something about the diagonal.
What are you talking about?
Let's prove the diagonal.
There we go. Nice and marked up
same. The
Okay, so we have to go back. Even though we were over here. We have to make a flow chart over here first.
This is the perpendicular.
Wait,
So statement.
Okay.
What are you guys even talking about?
Making a floating.
it never says that we have to make a
What? Both diagonals?
Yeah.
add the diagonal. Add this diagonal to your diagram and prove that they're created congruent.
D. Look at part D.
It's D. Ah,
Well,
okay.
here.
So how do we want to do this?
Statement first. Congruent angles.
Because we already know that these are parallel,
Yeah, do log right angles.
Yeah.
No idea how I got that.
we can say that the angles on either side of them,
No, we're doing it wrong by.
Wait, it puts the diagonal in from P to R. Put that in. And then we can prove it with congruent triangles. On
Right.
this, it adds a diagonal from P to R.
Yeah.
do something with that, but not in a way.
P are congruent.
Prove that they're congruent.
And the reason is reflexive
No,
properties.
we have to prove that
No.
You did your work in there.
Prove
that they're perpendicular.
So it's in PR. We can just do PR
Okay, so
congruence and
we're
reason
trying
and
to
reflexive properties.
do that.
Yeah, then we have a side, then we have an angle, and then we can prove the other side.
PR is congruent.
Reflexive.
Reflexive.
Works.
They use raised.
Congruent to R.
PR congruent.
PR is congruent to PR.
The symbol.
Yeah, but you don't just put that.
Let me see you right.
You put it congruent to on a P.
Why are you making it in?
No, wait, that's an angle.
It's a-
It's a bad word.
Oh, wait!
Let me
Also,
see.
I just said
I'm
it
glad
in
it's
different order, so
I'm glad it's
So we can do side.
Side angle side works.
Yeah.
Just said angle side.
That this ain't even matter.
Oh, yeah.
We can just do P and R.
Side angle side.
So angle as.
No, I'm glad it's in.
We can just do side, side, side from here.
Yeah.
It's obvious at all.
We don't need any of this.
All congruent.
We have to do
So
it.
SR is congruent.
Angle measures. We can tell that the opposite angles are congruent. And since we know that, the only way.
That would work.
Def of
Is
rhombus.
if all of them were right angles.
Definition of rhombus.
Wow.
Doing the same thing if you do DS and QR.
This is really difficult for me right now, by the way, to not engage with you guys. This is why I have to keep myself busy. I can't sit and do anything on my computer. So just FYI, that's why I'm randomly walking around the room. This is tough for me right now.
Because we're screwing it up so bad.
No, you guys are getting to the right points, but like I enjoy engaging in the math. I was lamenting to a friend. I feel like the part of my life that is unfulfilled right now is actually doing math. I enjoy the teaching of math, but I'm not really challenging myself.
Except for, that math counts. All that we all do.
Yes.
That well, okay. So I understand why they set up what they set up, but I don't know that I could have gotten there on my own. You know what I mean?
Definitely didn't.
The last target question. Don't beat yourself up.
I mean, I only plan on beating myself up over it.
Or you beat yourself.
No.
What do you think I was doing last night, Jacob?
Lauren, let's check Jacob.
So,
Okay, we'll do that later. Focus. Okay, 24. Very good. Here we go. Should we like take
So apparently 1 tablespoon is 1 serving, but 8 tablespoons is 10
Oh,
servings.
okay.
That doesn't seem correct.
We need to conjecture.
Okay.
Kinetic conjecture for
All of them?
yeah.
Okay, wait. It just needs to be one conjecture that applies to.
I know
When
why.
I said kinetic conjecture for
I thought you meant we had to write 4 conjectures.
That,
Wait,
wait,
you say that.
because
I said rhombus conjecture for
multiple right triangles. If the shape is a rhombus, it can be split into, then it can be split into.
Diluted coffee would be gross, for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Anyway, I'm gonna sneak coffee gel in my backpack right now. Because my mom doesn't want me to bring it to school because it's not, there isn't that much gelatin, so it kind of dissolves. Ish. There's like ice in the back. In another bag. Ice. It's cold. Yeah, next time I do it. Yeah. Coffee tastes nice.
Our shaver fee won't we give you?
King Day? Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And if we're being technical, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh.
Well, people that take the time to get a doctorate deserve that respect.
That's true.
I don't know that I ever would, because that's a lot of effort and a lot of school. Alright, that was 13 minutes, and I almost cannot stand it any longer. So I would like you guys, group to group, to start presenting findings and see if the other group found the same thing as well. So anyone want to start us off here with this conversation? And really, I don't need to do anything. This is really just let's see if we all figured out the same stuff, and if not, let's make sure that we all teach it to each other. Thomas, I think your hand was the first one up. The diagonals are perpendicular, and I believe I pushed this group to prove it also. Did you get to the point where you had proof of it? All right, diagonals are perpendicular, which then creates... Ooh, 4 right triangles. You added congruent in there.
Yeah.
Do we... Congruent right triangles? So we have proof that all 4 of the triangles are congruent to each other. Yeah, both groups have proof of that. Okay, what else? We kind of leapfrogged over one thing to point out. What? So that means a rhombi is a parallelogram. So a rhombus is a subset of parallelogram is what we're saying. Do we have proof of that? That all rhombi are parallelograms?
I mean, it also says it at the top of the
It does. It really does.
They weren't sure that we were supposed to.
So when we get down to here,
It says it in the fancy pack.
yeah, I know. I just trying to make sure that we're all on the same. And to say it out loud reinforces it in your brain, right? So if we're looking at like a flow chart of polygons, parallelogram, rhombi is going to be a subset of parallelogram, right? When we check all our things with our other parallelograms, it checks out anything else. So you got 4 congruent right triangles. The diagonals are perpendicular. Do the diagonals have any other relationship based off those? Like
They bisect their angles.
Ooh, they bisect the angles. So kind of like the
And
one.
each other, I think.
Ooh, they bisect each other. Ooh. So wait, is a rhombus a kite?
Yes.
Because didn't the one diagonal bisect the other?
But they both bisect each other.
Right. But that would be like more specific. I'm just asking the question, right? I'm sitting here honestly not remembering 100%.
What's the definition of a kite?
Let's
They have
look.
at least one
Let's
pair of
see.
opposite angles that are congruent.
Two distinct pairs of consecutive
So
congruent
kite
And that the diagonal doesn't go through the congruent angles.
Now
Oh,
wait,
wait.
Thomas just read the definition.
Yeah.
So yes.
Read it again.
A quadrilateral with 2 distinct pairs of consecutive congruent sides.
Oh, distinct. So that probably means that they have to be different.
I should have known better. Do any of these look like a rhombus?
No.
It's that one word in there, 2 distinct sets of congruent sides. So the fact that this, transversal is the only word I can think of, bisects this set of angles, and it bisects this other transversal, like all of that's great. And we end up with 2 sets of congruent right triangles, but they are different, right? They're distinct from each other. So that really, and you can always look up these things of like flowcharts, but that is where the big difference between a rhombus and a kite is. They share some qualities, right? They share a few qualities as each other, but they're not the same type of shape. Anything else?
No, not like
Any other properties of a rhombus? All right, with that, we have like 17 minutes then. If Satya was here, I'd maybe ask if we want to move on to the next lesson, but I don't want to make him freak out. So we will just work on practice. Cool? And I know you guys have been busy with other 8th grade stuff going on.